Hi Haley, this is Colby with Duarte Nursery. How are you doing today?
Hey Colby, I'm doing good. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I got your message and I heard that you wanted to buy some trees.
Yeah, I was. Thanks for returning my call.
Yeah, no problem. I'm actually not only a sales representative with Duarte Nursery, but I actually farm almonds myself. So you won't regret your decision of farming almonds.
That's great.
Okay, well let's talk about ordering some trees for your blog. So what were you looking to order?
Well, since I'm a first-time almond farmer, I'm looking for some good solid trees that have great production and growth and also record-breaking numbers. I'm also looking for a sales rep that has a lot of experience so that if I need help or have any questions, they would be able to help me out.
And when are you looking to put in your block of trees?
Well, right now we're actually in the process of buying 30 acres of land, so we'd probably be putting the trees in about April or May of 2020.
So being a new farmer, have you looked into other companies?
I've also been looking into Dave Wilson's trees and their Independence variety as an option.
And what benefits and disadvantages do you see with Dave Wilson's Independence trees?
Well, the biggest benefit that I know about the Dave Wilson brand of tree is that they're a self-pollinating tree, which means it would probably cut down on the cost of bees a lot on my side. However, some disadvantages that I have heard is that it's a bare root tree, which means that it's more susceptible to disease and could ultimately kill off my trees. Also, looking on the production side of things a lot, the Independence brand seems to have a lot lower production.
So you mentioned Dave Wilson's trees are susceptible to disease since when they transplant the trees, they cut the roots when they pull them out of the ground. And you also mentioned that the trees are very low producing trees compared to a tree like nonpareil. Are these two concerns of yours like the reason why you don't want to plant Dave Wilson Independence?
Well, yes, I don't want to put in a block of almond trees that could possibly die, and I especially don't want it to put in a block of trees that could end up performing not as well as I'd hoped.
Well, Haley, here at Duarte Nursery, we have a product that is actually the complete opposite of the Dave Wilson Independence trees. If you're interested, would you like to learn a little bit more about the new product?
Yes, definitely.
So assuming you've talked to Dave Wilson about ordering the trees for April or May of 2020, one key similarity between our two businesses is we can actually deliver for that April to May 2020 window. But one of the key differences between the two businesses is actually Dave Wilson cold storages their trees. So their main time of delivery is between January and March. And if you don't take them between those two times, they'll cold storage them up until May 1st. And at May 1st, you actually have to take those trees, no matter if you're ready or not to take them, if you're ready to plant them into the field. But here at Duarte Nursery, we actually hold on to the trees until you're ready. So that's one key benefit to choosing Duarte Nursery.
That's good to know.
So if you're running behind prepping your field, Dave Wilson will actually just ship your trees to you and just won't care about it. But at Duarte Nursery, we actually care about the grower and actually getting your trees to you on time and at the time that you're actually ready for them.
Wow, that's really helpful.
So would you agree that both nurseries can actually deliver in the time slot of April to May of 2020?
Yes, I do, and I'm seeing there's a lot more flexibility with Duarte Nursery rather than Dave Wilson.
So the variety that Duarte actually mainly provides is the Bennett Hickman variety. So what really sets Duarte's Bennett Hickman apart from the Dave Wilson Independence variety is the ability to get nonpareil pricing for the nuts. For a long time when Independence first came out, the Independence nuts actually got nonpareil pricing, but in recent years, the value of the nuts actually went down due to the size, the lack of size in the nuts and the flavor profile. And that's actually the complete opposite with the Bennett Hickman variety. The Bennett Hickman variety possesses the quality of nuts that nonpareil variety trees produce. They have like a large size nut, and the flavor profile for the nuts is actually very flavorful.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Did you get the email that I sent you earlier about the production per acre and the cost per acre between the two varieties?
Yeah, I printed it out a bit earlier. I have it right in front of me.
So with the Bennett Hickman variety, you can actually buy the trees for much cheaper than the Independence trees, and you can actually get a higher ROI before the Bennett Hickman instead of the Independence. So can you actually start to see the differences between the Bennett Hickman variety and the Independence variety?
Yeah, I can.
So would you like to move forward and put an order of trees in?
Well, it sounds appealing, but I'm just still not comfortable with planting Bennett Hickman trees over the Independence trees because the Independence trees don't require any bees and they only require one harvest instead of your usual 2.
So if I'm understanding you correctly, you would rather plant Independence trees over the Bennett Hickman variety because you don't want to have multiple harvests and you only want one?
Yes, that's correct.
And this is all in an effort to save money, is that correct?
Yeah, exactly.
So yes, I understand where you're coming from. Actually being an almond grower myself, I've planted many varieties in the past on my own blocks of land. In the past, I've had multiple varieties that I've harvested in early August to September, and then the second time of harvest, I'd be harvesting in late October, early November. But since planting my 50-50 block of nonpareil and Bennett Hickman, last year I actually harvested in late August, and actually 2 weeks later, I harvested my Bennett Hickman, and by the end of September, I was completely done with harvest. But to answer your question about the costs, Bennett Hickman actually requires 2 hives to the acre, and Independence in a university study shows that having 1 hive to the acre of bees actually maximizes their production levels. So having no bees is actually false. You actually do need 1 hive to the acre to maximize the production. But where you're saving that 1 hive of bees, costs will actually come out later in different areas of the harvest. For example, since guys have been harvesting Independence trees, they've found that actually these Independence trees are very difficult to shake, and due to the hard shaking, it's caused them to have pulling crews to go through and actually knock the remaining nuts off the tree. So having the pulling crews with the Independence is very expensive. If you can see in the chart, the Independence harvests is actually much more expensive than the nonpareil and the Bennett harvests. So how does that sound to you?
That sounds great.
So would you like to put in your order of 50-50 nonpareil Bennett Hickman with us?
Yeah, I'm really starting to see the differences between the 2 varieties and that planting Bennett Hickman would be a lot better choice for my purposes.
Well, Haley, as soon as we get off the phone today, I'll go and put your order in of 30 acres of 50-50 nonpareil Bennett Hickman. In the meantime, just kind of move forward with buying the property and getting the field prepped for planting. But if you have any questions in the meantime, don't ever hesitate to call. I would be more than happy to answer any questions you have.
Thanks so much for all your help. I'm really looking forward to doing business with y'all.
Well, sounds good. I'll talk to you later. Bye.